Something that we've seen happening, unfortunately, to a lot of folks is that they're connecting or trying to connect with people online. And one of the scams is a romance scam. So you're trying to connect with somebody online. They've set up some fake profiles specifically for the purpose of committing fraud. So what they will do is try to quickly connect with you and get you to start with an offline type of chat. So some sort of private type of chat, not just there on Facebook or something like that. They always claim to live in another state or abroad, and they usually indicate that they're doing that because of work or because they're in the military. And then they will, create that relationship type thing with you over the next couple of weeks, couple months or whatever, until they're comfortable that you're, comfortable with them, and then they'll start making plans to come see you in person. That never ends up materializing because what they're trying to do is get you to want them to do that and look forward to that, and then they'll say, I just don't have the money to get there. Can you wire me the money? If you do, I'll pay you back when I get there. Or can you transfer the money to, me? Or can you give me your bank account information and I'll send you my bank account information, and then we can do like a transfer. And so once you do that, then you usually never hear from them again. So again, we are seeing this in this community. This stuff is actually happening, unfortunately, to customers around this community. So we just want to make sure that you don't feel like you had that false sense of security because you're on those sites and you've found that profile and you're reaching out to those customers because they have set up these fake profiles. Usually what happens and what we see happen is that somehow you've given them your bank account information or you've given them your online banking credentials. That's the big thing that's happening with this type of fraud recently, is that our folks are giving people their online banking credentials so that that person who is frauding them can log in and actually say, hey, give me this and I'll transfer some money to you, and then we can help each other out. And that just never ends up happening. They've also done it to where they just say, if you can wire me the money, that would be great. Or if you can get me a reloadable gift card, that would be nice because then I can, do things with that. So again, these are just different methods for them to gain your trust, become comfortable with you. And people are really just looking for that connection on these, whether it's a dating website, whether it's Facebook, whether, it's any of these other social media types. Applications, they're just trying to connect with someone, and people are taking advantage of that. And unfortunately, they know that that's why people are on those sites a lot, to get that type of relationship or that type of connection with somebody. So they're preying on their vulnerability there, and just and they're willing to give them all of their information. And we see it day after day. It's happening a lot. It's happening in this area, and we just need to make sure that we're warning people about that. If you happen to have that come up, please come in and talk to, if it's your banker, that's great. If it's somebody else that you trust, that's fine. Because we're going to be, hopefully able to help you understand that, yes, we've seen that before. That's typical. This is probably fraud. We can't guarantee that someone's not going to do something, but we're going to try to guide you with what we see, what our experiences are, and what we see happening.
So what are the red flags people should be looking for?
They should be looking for someone wanting to connect with you very quickly get out of the normal type of chat, get into a personal type of chat. Don't reveal too much personal information. If they're asking you for a lot of personal information really quickly, asking you anything about your bank accounts, things like that, personal information, social security number, that's usually a red flag. So just make sure that that's just not something that somebody would typically want to do if you're, just trying to connect with someone for a relationship. Please don't give them your banking information. Typically, if someone's reaching out to you, you're going to know because you've either authorized them to reach out to you or it's somebody that you do business with already. If you ever feel uncomfortable, even if it's somebody that you do business with, go ahead and say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and check this out. I'll call you back. What number can I call you back? And then you can look it up. You can Google any number of businesses or information and the phone number and try to call through that means and say, have you been trying to reach me, and would you be asking me for this information? And people are probably going to be very honest and say, no, that's not how we would communicate to you, but this is how we would communicate to you going forward.
Right. So if someone has given out their information and something happens, what should their first step be?
Well, if it's your banking account information, no matter who your banking institution, financial institution is, please reach out to them so that they can know, because there are things that we can do, as we've talked about before with debit card fraud. There are things that we need to do, to alert the proper authorities that you have actually had a compromise. And if with the romance scams, if it's something that you want to reach out to, please do to the Federal Trade Commission or to the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center. Those are the two places that we would like you to make sure that you're officially reporting this type of scam. Because again, it's just something that people are knowing that they can take advantage of people because they're on a lot of social media sites trying to connect with other folks. And we don't want people to be cynical about everything. Just be aware that these are the types of things that you'll see with these types of scams. And so just be a little bit, guarded about it and do your due diligence and follow up on things when you need to. And hopefully that's not going to be something that you'll get into. But again, if people are asking for your bank account information or your online banking credentials, that is the biggest red flag right there, because that's typically not what would happen.